Good morning, gamers. What's up? How you doing, girl? My god, Kata Kata just dropped a new thing. What? Love Kata Kata. Gotta check it out. This is so random. Oop. Why is my phone going off? Man, I was just like, why is it going on now? Oh, it's because I'm doing the stream. Right. Let me just open my little thing. Yeah, this so that there's have a little notification, stuff and stuff. How you doing, guys? How you doing, my friends? There's 11 views. Oh my goodness. 11 views, incredible. Anyway, how are you doing, my friends? I hope everyone's been doing well. I was not there last week because I had kind of an insane last week. I had oh my god, what did I have? I've had an appointment with my doctor, basically, with about transing my gender, which went great. Why is my tablet not connected to the fucking thing? There you go. Perfect. Okay, excellent. Let me just hello, do chant. I don't. But yeah, so I had a fun little, a doctor's appointment last week. So, and also a job interview, which was kind of a crazy job interview, if I'm going to be so real with you. Granted, I was not ready. I was not prepared for the job interview. So partially on me, if I'm going to be very honest and real with everybody in the room right now. Kind of on me. Low-key, on me. But also, that was the strangest job interview I ever had to do as a human person walking this fucking planet. It was so strange. Because it was an interview to be like an assistant for an artist. I'm not going to say who because, don't dox people, that's rude. But it was to be like an assistant to this artist lady. I did not realize that she necessarily. Listen. I did a kind of a stupid, and I just applied without thinking because I was just like, I'll wing it, because you know how job market is right now. You just gotta apply dumb sometimes just to see if it works out, right? And so I applied dumb to this woman's position, and she clearly kind of figured that out pretty much immediately when it came to that interview. But then she just kept on talking, and it was the strangest thing. She gave me like full on like old person life advice, and and like I appreciate advice from elders, older artists, people who have been around for a while. Like I get it, I really appreciate it, but also like within the first 15 minutes, you sussed out that I was not prepared for this interview the way that I should have been, and that's fine. That's kind of on me. I should be prepared for things, but to just keep on being like, yeah, and another thing, and another thing, it's just so like, I don't know, kind of obnoxious. and she just, yeah, for like an hour we had this weird conversation about like the future of arts and my future as an artist, and how what she was like kind of thinking. And it was so awkward and weird and tense. And like she gave me like she talked to me about like how galleries scammed her, and how it was so strange how galleries kept on like scamming her when she was younger, by like being assholes. And galleries can be very much dickwads towards artists. Like, be safe out there if you are interested in doing gallery stuff. Galleries can definitely fuck you over. Uh, but like, guys, this woman just uh like giving me this life advice of like, oh, and like your professors who are gonna like be mean to you and belittle you and like don't and like try to crush your dream, like don't let them, don't let them get one over on you, and like have like continued, marching to the beat of your own drum and all this stuff. And like we had a convert like for like an hour. Man, I walked in there at 12:15 and left at fucking 1:20. It was crazy. Um Also sketchy ass part of town. It was like this weird sketchy building, and it looked like I was like, if I'm getting my fucking kidneys taken today, I that's fine. I don't need them. And then when we left, like she like let me out. She freed me. She fucking she like blew me a kiss. It was so strange. She fully went moi and like blew me like a kiss of like, oh, like a, if we never see each other again, have a good life. And I'm like, okay, that was so strange. Thanks. And like she was a nice lady. Like, I'm not trying to like, it was just such a strange situation, because usually, you've been if you've been to a couple of interviews, you understand how like they're very formal, and there's a certain like way that you uh kind of conduct yourself, I guess. And it's just like, man, it's just a certain way that you conduct yourself and a certain formality, um to the way that you act, and to the way, you know what I mean. It's like, it was the strangest like interview that I had to this day, you guys. I don't know. I don't want to. Again, that lady was perfectly fine. I don't think she was like evil or bad or anything. I think she was just trying to like connect with me. And I don't, you know what I mean. I don't blame, and that's fine. You know what I mean. I really appreciate it, and it was a nice conversation, but it was just Jesus Christ. Like, so yeah, yeah, it was a strange conversation, and I that I just don't. I just don't know how to talk about it. It was so odd. But yeah, so that was my last week, and also my doctor, since it's the T doctor, has said that my like testosterone levels are great, and I just need to stay on the same dose, and just keep on going at it. And I'm like, yippee! That makes me happy. Great thing. Testosterone makes you truly like go. Testosterone truly makes you go. Testosterone. Shout out to testosterone. I I like being on testosterone. It makes me good. It makes me feel good. Um. So what are we actually doing today? Hopefully my voice will get lower soon, so that I can be like, "What up, baby?" Awful, awful. Hate that. Hate that. Ooh, I hate that. Ooh, sorry. I'm joking. I'm joking. God, calm down. I need to have. You know what I've been thinking of? Having one of them like one of them little PNGs in my corner. I know you're not seeing my screen right now, and we just yapping, but maybe I should have like a little PNG in my corner, just to have like a guy talking, so that it's not just whatever. Um. Who the hell else liked my shit? I was like, somebody else liked my stream. Who was it? Is there another one of you motherfuckers in the chat? Say hello. Hi. Anyway, nice. I guess. Okay. Um. So yeah. So what are we doing today in this day, age, and time? So today we are doing yet another poem page. Because I really like doing those, and they make me really happy. Something so nice about doing, writing your own poetry and then making it a visual thing. I really kind of want to stick by that and see where that will take us. Where is the poem that I wanted to? There we go. That I wanted to illustrate. It's this one. Okay. So this one is kind of about my feelings of being like a artist in the beginning of his career, and this weird sense of um this weird sense of like, are you feeling like you're falling behind because you're not being like 100% productive all the time, and you're not making a bajillion dollars immediately. Which is an unfortunate thing that a lot of artists feel. I think it's like, let me give you guys my little image. There you go. Transition. And I got transition. Trans your gender, everybody. Yeah. Um. Um. There you go. It's much shorter than a lot of other ones. So maybe I will just put it on like half a canvas, which I can do, or I could just break it up into like a full page thing again. We shall see. But yeah, no. So this one is about very much just like the experience of being like a young artist trying to make it in the artistic industry, and like kind of trying to find your footing, and then also like seeing your peers with whom you've studied, and with whom you've kind of set on a path of being a young artist, and like um who are, as much as they are your community and they are your support, they are also your competitors in a sense. Even though it's kind of like, it sucks to say and it sucks to like feel that way, but there's definitely a pressure of like, well, who's going to be the one that becomes the superstar out of the ones, and who's going to fail and stop pursuing the arts, and who's going to, like, where are each of us going? And kind of like, you know what I mean? It's this weird pressure and a weird tension where you almost like, you're like happy when you see your friends succeed, but also you get a sense of like, man, why is that not me? Or am I falling behind? Or am I like not doing everything that I could be right now? Which, I think is a common feeling for a lot of people, of just like, that are under the age of 25. I think we all want to be someone, and it's very hard to become someone when the world is kind of falling apart. Um, and we're all kind of desperately trying to hold on to victories and hope, and like keep on trucking. And I really got this feeling when I visited, because I've been out of school, out of university for a little more than a year. We don't need to say how much, for a little more than a year. And like I went back for our graduation showcase, and it was just this weird feeling of like, I am truly no longer a student. I am a professional artist now, and that's a weird space to be in, because it really hits you. At least it hit me in a way that I didn't expect, because I was like, oh wow. And then I met up with a lot of my classmates, ex-classmates and stuff, and it was like a weird, like, huh, we aren't school kids anymore. We are like adults trying to pursue careers, and it's a truly strange place and strange space, and like feelings and thoughts to have. Um, I don't know if there are artists in the chat, uh, if anybody relates to that, but I definitely do, and I definitely feel some type of way about it. I try obviously not to like be jealous or be angry about other people, because it's not worth it. Like, we all go at our own pace, and we all kind of exist in different spaces. Like, an animator is not going to do the same thing as an editorial illustrator, right? And that's fine. Somebody who does comics is not going to do what I do. We're all kind of different in that sense, and I think I want people to get a feeling for it. I don't know, for that, like, those thoughts and feelings, and those like weird little discomforts of being an artist. Because there's a lot. We feel a lot, kind of many things, many such cases. We feel a lot, and there's like a lot of anxiety to being an artist, which is partially what makes the art so good, but it also is what makes you feel like you're never doing enough and you're constantly failing, which, and this is kind of what this is about. This feeling, this poem is kind of about that feeling. So without further ado, um, let's do this poem. Let me read this poem to you so that you guys kind of get a feeling for it, and then I'm gonna explain what like visually I want to do with this. Okay, so I don't have a title for this. We might invent that one on the fly. The elevators in this place are painfully slow. They're referred to as express. In my 2 out of 4 years here, they never arrived on time. They're always at the opposite point of where you are. Even a year later, it makes me want to not go to the sixth floor, but I do. I look upon these works with a sense of dread and excitement. These people are going to be in my shoes, the limbo of trying to make it big. Tearing yourself apart for art directors and finance bros, for somebody to invest into your dreams, for your voice to be heard within the TV snow of people just as good as you, or maybe even better. Encountering ex-classmates, awkward hugs and ellipses in conversations. What have you been up to? This empty acknowledgement of each other's existence. Just checking in. I've studied with these people. We rooted for each other. We confessed our unwavering support, our unwavering love for each other. Now, there's an air of scrutiny. We're seeing if we're falling behind each other, or is everyone on the same line of almost failure. I guess that's community. We all came here out of habit or nostalgia, maybe to rekindle our fighting spirits, maybe our friendship. I don't resent anyone. I don't think anyone resents me, but we're not the same. We're no longer friends, we're competitors and upholders. You can do it are thrown around, but there's only so much space for all of us. And some of us will fall, and some of us will chase success without end, and very few will catch it. I want to be the one that does. But this is a finality, at least for this era. Now that realism of being a creative sets in, that it's more failures than successes, and hope to be the standout amongst my peers is wavering. Maybe a year from now it will be different. Maybe the elevators will actually be express. End of story. that's um, that's my little poem. Hope you guys like it. Um, so yeah, now I want to put this into like uh, my thought is because we have elevators as like kind of a very strong visual cue. There's six stanzas. We can break it into like maybe three and three could work. My thought, maybe we can break it into three and three. So you have um, my idea is to have like basically a bunch of elevator doors. Let's say, um, which one is this? My brush. So we have a bunch of like elevator doors, like so, and each door kind of has text coming out of it. Not H door, but like sort of like this. And you have this in alternate. You can do it this way, kind of deal. Are we seeing the vision? I feel like that'd be cool. I just need to find like a beautiful little elevator door. Door. I don't know how to spell images. Elevator door. Like a beautiful elevator door. I almost want like one of them old slab elevators. Because I think that'd be like kind of a compelling visual. Thingamajig's on it. You just see this, show this to you guys, so that you don't get bored and get super duper entertained. Let me go actually to my Instagram page. Again, if you are, reading this and you're like, Arson, this is a terrible idea, you are welcome to fucking chime in and tell me that this is a terrible idea because I'm. Oh my god. Alright, I'm gonna just open the door to my room. Because I want to hear if anybody's, out anywhere. accidentally closed the elevator. That sucks. Oh, that's a cool jacket. That's a hot. Can you find me a drag path? Surface. Have you seen that fucking sad edit of a pufferfish to Drag Path by 21 Pilots? Yeah, what's up with that? That made me cry. I was like, that little guy, he just want to be seen. He just want to be found. No. Okay. 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 Elevator. Doors. Maybe like I think it'd be more interesting. I'm choosing like Eastern European elevator doors because those are strange. What the fuck is that? The like Soviet, because I think you have such energy that these doors. They have such energy to them. I know I'm referencing the elevators specifically in like the university that I went to. But yeah, those tiny elevators, man. Oh my god, yes. Copy image. Yeah, these guys. One like this, it's closed, and the one that's like opened. Yeah. Well, this actually isn't great. I think this is a installation of it, so I don't really feel comfortable. Just Behance. That's also an artist rendition. I try not to like get artists renditions of things, not because not because I think they're awesome, they're not awesome, but because I'm like, I just don't want to accidentally steal someone's work, or like, because not everyone's comfortable people using their work as like a reference. Open. Soviet doors. They all are under an angle, not like dead on. I guess. I mean, it is just like a tiny box. Yeah, I think that's a copy image. Where the fuck? My mouse. Right here. I want to make sure to find a couple of references for anything that I do, because I think it's very important to have good visual like research. And I think it's fun to have like a more creative outlook when it comes to stuff like this. No smoking. That one looks like it's in a fucking insane asylum. What the fuck? Okay, fine. I'm just gonna use the one that's like, where is it? it was like right here. This one. It's like opened, closed, clean. I don't want them clean. I want it crusty. It shouldn't be clean. Part of the reason why these are cool is because they're crusty as fuck. Hell. Now that's yep. Yep. That's good. Crusty. Crustisha Jones. Look at that shit. Yes, ma'am. This guy also is good. Copy image. Key control V. Oh, that's a big image. Big picture. Okay. Just shift. No. Well, actually, shift key put that shit in the boot. Yippee. What? Did they put this guy into? No. I might also just roughly space the text out. I don't need the. Actually, that's not a good idea. Roughly space out the text, so we're going to. Okay. Break up. Break up with your girlfriend. Yeah, cause I'm bored. I'm gonna Control C. What the fuck just happened? What the fuck back? Perfect. Be normal. Here. I'm going to fucking lose it. Kind of like so. The problem is that my lines have a tendency of being kind of long. So that means that the entire thing needs to be shifted more here. Like so. Something like that. Fine. Text. Thank you. Yeah, I think we need to like. I think I'll need to find a way to break up this text. That's like works a little. Yeah, because it's a little long. I need to make it visually. Okay. Beep, beep, beep. Maybe like poof, something. I mean, that's pretty good. So maybe it's like a little bit. You're right. The problem is that this has this like it goes into the crevice of a book. You don't really want that visually. Um, okay, that. See, delete. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna guess that that's right. That's the same problem here. You see. Awesome. We'll have to break up some of these longer lines so that they look a little more visually appealing. Anybody else join us in the chat? Yeah. Nobody? That's okay. It's okay. Take your time. I'll just make sure to double check the chat. Okay. I'm gonna take our. I'm gonna take all of this text. Shift. Text. Ref. And we're just gonna roughly put it right there and see if that like makes sense once we actually finish the pieces or whatever. People upstairs are fucking. I don't know what the fuck they're doing there, but they're doing something. Okay. That's great, actually. Man, I have absolutely no space for my mouse right now. Yeah. So it's gonna be this size. I'd rather make it a little big than a little small, so we're gonna just his size. And I mean, again, elevator doors are not gonna be too hard to draw because fucking it's elevator doors. It's just a couple of rectangles, you know. Oh boy, you guys are probably hearing every time I bump my chair into the desk. Sorry about that. That shit just happens. Okay, don't be upset. Be nice. I'm a little guy. Okay, let me just get a lot of mess happening right now. This needs to be lightened. Right like this. Slightly blue. Mutant. We're gonna give it some smoothing. Don't need too much. Get the fuck. Actually, I'm gonna lower the visibility of the text a little bit. And the visibility of the reference. Just so that I don't need too much. Starting with the doors. Who's gonna draw that shit in? Okay, and then a lower. There you go. Like a little no smoking sign, which I think is super kind. And draw that. Well, no smoking sign. You know, I think that's fun. I think visually that creates a fun little image. My neck. Oh yeah. Right? Is it giving? Are we living? Sorry. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, for sure, for sure. Hmm. Now we're just gonna. Yeah, I like this. Yes. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, stop. Look, you hate that about Windows is that every single time I. There you go. A nice, cozy Eastern European elf. Right? Are we getting the vibe? I'm gonna. It's pretty. It's kind of the same. Control C, Control V. We're just gonna take this same elevator. God fucking damn it. Fucking lock this shit. I hate when that shit happens. Wait. There could be like physical things which I'm sure are. So we're gonna erase this. We're gonna erase that. And we're gonna go here and erase this and this. You know? And now we're gonna take these guys and bring them over here so I can see them better. What we can do is we're gonna erase which one is it? This one? This one. I'm gonna erase the basically this center part of the elevator. Yes, I like that. Yes. All right, we're getting the vibes. So we're gonna imagine. Let me create a new layer for this. We're gonna imagine basically that. Look at it. There is like a step, basically, and then you have like a almost like a gap right there, and that's where the actual elevator like becomes a thing. Right? For like that, we're just gonna sketch in. It's just we're just gonna. That's gonna be good. Does that make sense? See, that feels a little too big. It feels a little too big. Okay. So we're gonna shift. I want to use elevators to feel cost effective. Barely any space. It takes okay. Here. Right here. Maybe just right there. So I just don't want, you know what I mean? Like, I think that works the best. You just erase this stuff. And make that it's kind of like a box. There you go. Now I have the reference of a box, so I can just draw the inside of the elevator in. I see. Right. I'm gonna have. There's also a life hack on how to draw a box. You just cross the size and whatever the depth of the box you want is the depth of the. 34. Touch the floor. I just. You know, I think Actually, I don't think it fully touched it before. Those little vents. That's too high. There you go. I'm not even fucking doing it, actually. I'm fucking power. Five. Six. Six. There we go. Boom. Actually move this a little bit further than that. Yep. I think part of what makes like illustrations that are personal fun is that they're specific, and I think um, having like specific visual references is just actually I'm going here. Class traffic. Maybe some class before that. I like the idea of having yeah, I also need to like just finish one of those guys, you know. If you've been to Eastern Europe, you know what guys are talking about. have here? Just pretending that there's text there, as you do. This can go. Actually, did not. Wait, I forgot one important thing. The light. And just take this, take that, take this, put that right here. There you go. Now we can do anything else. Yes, we have okay, I'll just use this over here. It's always one solid thing. We can also, I think I'm going to add texture to it more subtly with color later. Or something so. These next. Okay. I'm going to make this. Okay. So this one, image, image, no, not layer. No, no, no. Is it not, no, it's just edit. Okay, transform. Flip horizontal. I think we need to, you know what we're gonna do? Is this top line? Okay. Then still there. No, where's the top line here as well? For continuity's sake, I think. Okay. Shift, Control E. New layer. Control V. Hang it up. We can get it. Yes. This guy now we take edit, transform, flip around. Okay. Oh boy. Is it looking? I feel like it's looking. Okay. Now, taking text, top, I'm gonna put it on top of the whole shebang. Just gonna reorganize the text so it matches. Alright. right here. I'm going to fucking lose it. I'm going to be invisible because I'm tired of this shit. It's getting ridiculous. Okay. Because we don't want the. You see this way. Text. Towards. Okay, so let's edit the text so that it visually also flows and doesn't take up too much space, right? We're gonna lines. Elevators in this place are painfully slow. They are referred to as express. My 2 out of 4 years here. In my 2 out of 4 years here, they never arrived on. They never arrived on time. They're they're always at the opposite point. The opposite point of where you are. Even a year later, it makes me want to. Makes me want to not go to the sixth floor, but I do. Right. Leaps in conversations, what have you been up to? Is this empty acknowledgement of each other's existence. Of each other's existence. Just checking it. I don't think I need this line. Edit. This empty acknowledgement of each other's existence. I've studied with these people, we're rooted for each other, we confessed our unwavering support, our unwavering love to each other. Now there's an air of scrutiny. We're seeing if we're falling behind each other, or is everyone. I think it goes a little bit on the other side of the thing. I don't think it's gonna I don't think it looks bad. Just to be This is the conversations. What have you been up to? Is this empty acknowledgement of each other's existence? I've studied with these people. We're rooting for each other. We confess our unwavering support, our unwavering love to each other. There's an air of scrutiny. We're seeing if we're falling behind, or is everyone on the same line of almost failure? I guess that's community. He's worked with a sense of dread and excitement. the sense of dread and excitement. These people are going to be in my shoes. The level of trying to make it big, tearing yourself apart for art directors. So hard. For art directors and finance bros. For somebody to invest into your dream, for your voice to be heard. Within the tedious smell of people, tedious smell of people just as good as you, or maybe even better. Okay. So you see, it's more. It's just a little more condensed that way, so it becomes easier to. Out of obligation. Habit, I think, is a wrong word. Obligation. I think obligation is a better word. Yes, I heard the word obligation. 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 Okay, I think obligation is a better word here. We all came here out of obligation or nostalgia. Okay, maybe to rekindle our fighting spirits. I think maybe here is necessary. To rekindle our fighting spirits, maybe our friendship. I don't resent anyone. I don't think anyone resents me. But we're not the same. Okay. This is a finality, at least of this era. Now, another realism of being a creative. That realism of realism, reality. I don't know what realism. Reality of being a creative sets in. Now that reality of being a creative sets in, that that is now that reality of being creative sets in, that it's more failures than successes, and the hope, and hope to be the standout amongst my peers is wayward, and hope to be that it's more failures than successes. Failures than successes, and hope to be the standout among my peers is wavering. Maybe a year from now, it will be different. Maybe, maybe the elevators will actually be express. Actually, be express. Elevators. Okay, I'm gonna just split this one. Are painfully slow. They are referred to as express. Keep this in. Okay. Snap holder's fine. You can do it. You can do it. Thrown around. Only so much. Yeah, you can do it. It's just thrown around. But there's only so much space for all of us. It's almost will fall. It's almost will chase success without end. Fall. Fall. It's almost fall. Fall. It's almost will chase success without end. And very few will catch it. I want to be the one that does. Alright, a little bit. Oh, shit. My brain completely looked over that. I was like, what the fuck is well facilis? Why did I write that? I think that was just like, because it was, it's part of the Lorem Ipsum. Okay. I don't really need this line anymore, but it's there. For visual aid. Basically, the reason why I have a line right down the middle, for those who don't know, is because if this were printed in a book, you want to have... Give me a second, I think there's someone knocking on my door. What's up? Sorry, I also took a little trip to the washroom while I could, while I can. But yeah, like the reason why I have a line down the middle, is to define where the gutters are. The gutter of the book is the, you know, when you open the book and there's like a line that's like where the stitching is, and it's like, and all the pages kind of bent into it. Um, it's important to define where the gutters are. Those are called gutters. It's important to define where the gutters are because if you don't, your text will like fall into the gutter and will not be really visible. And you don't want that. And like fine, it's fine for the web, but like if we're doing like a thing, like we shouldn't have anything fall into the gutters. Measure the level of trend. Sense of dread and excitement. These people are meant to be my shield. The level of trying to make it big. Could scoot the text just a little bit. I really don't want it to like fall in gutters. Yeah. Because most books don't open completely flat. They have a little bit of a curvature to it. If you pick up a book behind you, you're gonna be like. That's why a lot of your text is kind of like has an inch of a breather behind it. Um, I'm gonna cheat my text even further. I'm gonna take this guy, this guy, and we're just gonna. Because I really don't. No. You see, that's why you didn't realize that. No. There you go. Oh, it's good, it's good, it's good. Alright. Alright, so text we are going to slightly more, slightly darker. Oh, well, can I put in this? Slightly darker, slightly more. And elevators, we're gonna. I'm going to take a slightly pinker, slightly lighter tone. Maybe purple. Oh yeah, lighter tone. Still like abstract. It's okay. I think, okay, once we start kind of filling in. Yeah, so that's much more readable. Okay. if we text becomes because then this where's it? I think that becomes more readable actually. Yeah, it becomes like right, so it becomes this or this. I think that's more readable. Still get those cool like Soviet elevator details, but it becomes more. What it feels. Yeah, yeah. You guys know that when I when I get quiet, that means I'm locked in the. So I just want to finish this fast. I hate crunch. It takes so long, and it's like debris on the like non designy stuff. Right. You could also like let's do 569. Yeah, we're good. I understand what a steak is. So I also murmur to myself a lot. Sorry, maybe that's weird and makes you uncomfortable. My bad. It just that's what happens because I have a weird brain. My brain is deliberately strange. Um, one of them weird brains. There you go. Just get like reminded of shit randomly, and my brain's just like I start saying it out loud instead of like in my head. I don't know if that happens. I mean, I'm sure it happens to other people, but like, I don't know. But like, how common is it? So, you know, saying words is sometimes nice for your mental health and shit. I implore you to start saying shit out loud instead of like keeping it in. I think it's nice. Will make you look a little bit insane. So, you know, watch out for that. If people think that I'm a little crazy. Also, like, I make peace with that. because I was gonna be seen crazy by people no matter as crazy by people no matter what. So like, you know what I mean? I think just for visual interest, is it worth drawing my little guy over here just hanging out? Like, kind of like, that was gonna make it a little smaller. Just put him up here. Maybe I should flip him and transform. Flip him around. Kind of like he's leaning against the wall. Ideal. Is that fun? I kind of like it. Just saying, yeah. Yeah. Put him up. Make the arms way longer. Like that. Yeah. You can just There you go. Oh, that has more movement and energy to it. Where what should I put Melissa Guy into? I'm gonna sensible. 10 big 5. Let's go with 7. Good. Or 6. Yeah. This off here. Okay. 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 Yeah, okay. I don't know. I don't think we need that actually. I think that was my that might have been an overkill. Um, let's see. Cause I have a thought. I have an idea. Yes. Give it a second. Um, gasolina, para gasolina. It's kind of simple, but I really kind of like. I do really like the look of just like overlay because it's still not because the idea is that it should be the focus is one. Oh, I'm sorry. Still not brighter, but it gives, you know what I mean? It gives a slight, just something extra so that it doesn't feel. Oh, where are they? Where are they? Right here. So. Only. Yeah, like it's not too, but it still gives that like pop of color, so it makes it a little more visually interesting. Yeah. That's good. So let's just take one of them. We'll stop and just some texture. Right. Also looking into like the little, I have a tiny version of whatever the fuck is going on here on my screen. So I like periodically like checking in on like what that looks like on your guys' end. Um, I think it looks good. Keep on, there's a door open right near me, and I keep on turning around to it, being like, oh my god, there's a door open. You. So yeah, this is my page, I think, for this. Let me just turn off this guy. Um, let me just reread the one to you guys. Yeah. Just because we're at the end of stream, and I think it's good to be reminded on like what the vibes are. Okay. The elevators in this place are painfully slow. They're referred to as express. In my 2 out of 4 years here, they never arrived on time. They're always at the opposite point of wherever you are. Even a year later, it makes me want to not go to the sixth floor. But I do. I look upon these works with a sense of dread and excitement. These people are going to be in my shoes, the limbo of trying to make it big, tearing yourself apart for art directors and finance bros, for somebody to invest into your dream, for your voice to be heard within the TV smell of other people just as good as you, or maybe even better. Encountering ex-classmates, awkward hugs, ellipses in conversations. What have you been up to? This empty acknowledgement of each other's existence. I've studied with these people. We rooted for each other. We confessed our unwavering support, our unwavering love to each other, and now there is an air of scrutiny. We're seeing if we're falling behind, or is everyone on the same page, the same line of almost failure. I guess that's community. Hello? Oh, right. Oopsie. Diva, thank you. Um, mm, support our love. Love. Now there's an air squeak. Okay. Yeah. We confessed our labor in sport, our labor in love. Now there's an air scrutiny. We're seeing if we're falling behind or is everyone on the same line of almost failure. I guess that's community. Going up, going up, going up. Okay. We all came here out of obligation or nostalgia to rekindle our fighting spirits, maybe our friendship. I don't resent anyone, I don't think anyone resents me, but we're not the same. We're no longer friends, we're competitors and upholders. The you can do it's are thrown around, but there's only so much space for all of us. And some of us will fall, and some of us will chase success without end, and very few will catch it. I want to be the one that does. This is a finale, at least for this era. Now, what? This is a finale, at least for this era. Now that reality of being a creative sets in, it's more failures than success. What the fuck? Guys, I think I lost my ability to read. This is a finale, at least for this era. Now that reality of being a creative sets in, it's more failures than successes, and hope to be the standout amongst my peers is wavering. Maybe a year from now it will be different. Maybe the elevators will actually be express. Sure. Again, I'm always open to just like editing it later, but that's what I got for now. Um, yeah, that's what I got for now. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys appreciate the vibes that I'm putting out. Let me switch it to my little. This one low key kind of a boring illustration, but you know it's not every single illustration is going to be the most like out of this world. Um, Out of this world thing ever. So, you know. But you know, I like it. I think it has a simplicity to itself, which I really appreciate. Um, but I hope you guys enjoyed watching me. Again, you can follow me on Instagram, and I'll post this illustration in a little bit. Um, you can follow me on Blue Sky, wherever you see me, follow me. Don't follow me in the streets, but do follow me online. I will fight you if you follow me in the streets. I will beat the shit out of you. Hashtag stop the violence. um, but yeah, no, I hope you guys. I hope to see you guys soon in the next one. Um, and have fun. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your time.